online identity is protected. Don't spend the holidays without identity theft protection from LifeLock. It monitors for uses of your personal information without your permission. If you have a problem with identity theft, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. Now, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock can help you feel safer this holiday season and all year long. Save 30% off your first year at LifeLock.com using promo code RUSH. That's LifeLock.com, the promo code RUSH to save 30%. Ends November 30th.
WOKV-FM and HD1 in Lane Ave. Listen everywhere the TuneIn app. 104.5 WOKV, a Cox Media Group station. This is 104.5 WOKV, Jacksonville's news and talk.
Good morning, Jacksonville. It's 9 o'clock. I'm Jeremy Ratliff, and our top of national story this hour. President-elect Joe Biden announcing his 100-day plan as well as key cabinet picks.
Joe Biden gave us an idea of what his first 100 days would look like. Biden said he'll first roll back some Trump-era executive orders, especially those that deal with climate issues. He also said he'll send the Senate an immigration bill to pave a way to citizenship for some 11 million undocumented immigrants.
It's Fox's Lauren Blanchard reporting there. In her top local story, a former candidate for the Clay County School Board making his first appearance this morning in jail as he is now facing multiple charges for allegedly attempting to entice a minor for unlawful sex acts. The Clay County Sheriff's Office says 46-year-old Aaron Knowles is accused of soliciting sex from someone he believed to be a 14-year-old child.
Your bond is $25,003 on each count.
His next court date is January the 4th. Fox News confirming President Trump may be about to pardon Michael Flynn.
With knowledge of the president's thinking, and told Fox News he plans to pardon his first national security advisor, Michael Flynn. Flynn pleaded guilty in December 2017 to lying to the FBI about his contact with Russia, but he's been trying to withdraw that plea, saying prosecutors violated his rights and conduct him to a plea agreement.
It's Fox's Jill Nato reporting. Did you see it? A record-breaking launch for SpaceX last night.
SpaceX launches one of its Falcon 9 rockets for a record 7th time. The rocket lifted off last night from Cape Canaveral, Florida, carrying a payload of 60 Starlink internet satellites into orbit.
It's Fox's Carmen Roberts reporting. WOKV News Time 9:02. Weather, local traffic, and the start of the Brian Kilmeade Show live from New York. Coming up next.
Jacksonville's morning news with Rich Jones. Weather and traffic every 6 minutes. And the three big things.